Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at. Welcome to the Past Randomizer League. I'm James FNX. I'm joined today by Lana B. Lana, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. This is game 2 of a doubleheader. You were part of game 1. That was a fun one to watch between these two teams. We got Tau Roomies on the left and Noble Foxes on the right. We'll get Kappa's game on the screen here shortly. But game 2 of the matches between these two teams this week. This is Cross Keys week. Get things kicked off.
It'd be an exciting one. This is the last of the Invitational races going on today before week 7 starts up tomorrow with the co-op Randomizer.
Yeah, everyone is either excited or dreading that mode as working on getting Kappa's screen up and running. But Nobly starting things off in Sanctuary with a mirror. Really good find to start things out in Cross Keys Seed. Sanctuary not in a great place though, being at the castle. And just $20 in Link's house, 20 reviews. Trying really hard to get these guards down, trying to figure out what the drop is for. I'm not getting any information though.
Just a compass on the island, not much there.
Opera Cave connector at the shop at Lake Island. Not gonna be able to do much of that at this point. And Noble's gonna head over to Kakariko from the south, looks like.
Looks like we do have a Bombos marked on Plasma Kappa's sign.
Our tracker SailorUX taking care of that for us. Keep an eye on Kappa until we can get him on screen here. Nobly finally getting some bombs here from the 55th Troop push pulls.
Oh, Mimic Cave. That's an interesting early one to find.
Yeah, gonna mark that down and if not forget about it once we find a hammer. Red Boomerang at Maze Race. Depending on how quickly you get access to that spot, you may or may not pick that up. Do have that mirror already though, so it may not be the least accessible. As we find Paradox, the block side, we have that mirror to move that block. I don't believe that's in logic, but not going to care too much. Going to grab some items here. We'll see if Nobly's not able to get enough money to buy more bombs. Won't be able to get the items out of the 5 chest cave just yet. Actually, it's going to spend some time farming the single rupee to get those bombs.
Well, you could theoretically use that single bomb to get the 5 chests, but you're not going to make it out of there. And you do take a chance on just getting pummeled by the mini Moldorms, so it's hard.
Nobly giving up on that, or at least taking a look at another cave. And would you like to buy more bombs if you have 100 rupees?
Oh, that's harsh, game.
There's okay. 50.
We got our 50. Let's get some bombs. But like you said, not in logic unless one of the other 2 checks is somewhere else in Light World currently.
Correct. And yeah, don't forget there's a shop here, especially if you ever want to like Shop Sanity. I got some bombs here in Paradox Cave. I have to delete this block again, but no big deal.
There's some money to replace the money you had to farm.
Nice long bomb throw there. An Ice Palace small key and Skullwood small key out of here, along with that cash. No critical items though.
Half magic, though, not a bad early find.
It is very good. Half magic is one of the better safeties. Won't be able to come back out of that entrance. That's the top of Hookshot Cave.
That takes out one of our 2 entrance possibilities, so this could be deep in logic.
The nice thing though is we do have this mirror, so we'll get to explore east side of Death Mountains a little bit.
Was that ether for TR?
It was. Bottle on Floating Island. And Nola is going to... I guess that was a mirror bonk and not a... not an intentional return to the Dark World.
And on Plasma Kappa side, we do see that we've got a TR key somewhere, but currently checking exactly what Nobly just finished doing.
Gonna have that video for you in just a moment. We'll get this race side by side. Let's see if nobody tries to bash into this room. You use that mirror. You can set up Super Bunny State if you mirror the same frame you enter a cave. You'll be able to open those chests. Does get it this time with a Thieves Town big key and a heart. Not going to turn either of those down.
Yeah, good early finds there. Especially since we haven't even found Thieves Town. If we go in there with a blue cane or a hammer or sword, something, we may be able to full clear it. Minus big chest.
Exactly. Down here on light side of Death Mountain, a couple not so good caves there. Not sure why we're following this mirror portal. I'm not going to be able to. Was not going to be able to sneak in behind those rocks.
Could be just pure protection against the dead rocks there.
It's not a bad thing. Our old man is, her mountain start is on the east side of Death Mountain. That could be convenient depending on what is in this other cave location, or it could just be another bad starting spot.
Yeah, it leaves us pretty isolated, but it's not a bad thing. It's not bad.
Yeah, Misery Mire here too, so that'll be a quick way to Misery Mire once we get the necessary tools for that dungeon. Nobody gonna follow this cave and see where the other side of the mountain start is.
It's like we're getting a bomb upgrade purchase from Plasma Kappa.
And our volunteers are hard at work getting this split back up, and there we go. Back of that's also not a great spot. Back of the mountain cave at Ice Palace. Does give you quick access to Skull Woods, though.
Front of tavern, not too much, just a compass. Hey, there's a sword. Checkerboard cave just sitting there in town.
Yeah, and Nobly pretty aggressive following this connectors, has not gotten to get towards Kakariko yet. So we'll see when Nobly can get over there and get to that sword. Right now, though, it does have some bombs. We'll be able to get the back escape.
Hey, we're dropping down Hyrule Castle. It's not a great location for Sanctuary for sure.
No, you want that to be somewhere closer to Kakariko, or with an early mirror, you wouldn't even mind it at the pyramid. You find the Turok big key in the back of the escape.
That is not a bad find at all. And hey, there's Turtle Rock.
4 quote-unquote quick checks, depending on how good your laser dodges is. Big key to Palace of Darkness. And a small key as well, and that's the downside to laser bridges. Sometimes it's going to take you a life or two to get through this.
It hurts. You got that sword, though, you can get rid of that beetle pretty easily. But those lasers, well, they'll one-shot you right now. That's a Moon Pearl. Nice.
Moon Pearl. That is an interesting location for that item. We've not found... So, the logic setup in Cross Keys is based on older item logic. Those items are locked in behind either 3 shields, a cape, Staff of Burna. So that Moon Pearl is a little bit deeper in logic than would suspect, but Cap is going to take it otherwise. Find Ganon at the Magic Bat dropdown, and Hyrule Castle East entrance right next to it.
Good for them. That means Ganon's just locked behind a hammer as opposed to vanilla, or even Castle Tower.
Yeah, it's a very nice, simple location for Ganon. If you find a flute, it'll even be quick to get to. It's Cat Creek is a little out of the way considering where our starting locations are this season, though.
It looked like we had, I think, Magic Bat over at the Useless Fairy.
Well, sitting behind the rocks at Sanctuary. Be a good prize once we find a glove.
Well, that's a lot of... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this is game 2. Both these teams had other runners playing a couple hours ago. You can check out the VOD of that on SpeedGaming 3's channel. But the Roomies did pick up the win in that game, moved to 5-6 on the season. Open Foxes went to 4-7. So big implications for both these teams in this match.
Okay, not a whole lot going on in the front of Escape, but we are going to get a check into Dark Cross. Not in logic without that lamp and cross keys, like you said earlier, logic, but hopefully no issues.
Good news at Lumberjack gets the fairy drop down, so Castle Tower's second key, not going to lock anything today at all. But yeah, Tile Roomies picking up, if Cap can pick up the win here, move them to 6-6, that'll keep pace with OK Game in this division. And Tile Roomies do have the tiebreaker over OK Game, so that would put them in a playoff spot with 1 week to go. Noble Foxes get the win here. They are close to being safe from relegation. They would be 2 games up on the last place team. The last place team does have the tiebreaker over them, so not out of the woods yet. A lot to play for.
And we did see Spike Cave up in the Lost Woods. Not fun. Hey, there's our lamp.
Love to see an early lamp. Just makes dark connectors a lot less to worry about. It's just a really nice thing to have for safe, just speed and convenience. Cap has made his way to Dark Death Mountain. We saw Nobly drop down and ignore the upper entrances here, other than Kappa Paradox. Let's see what Kappa chooses to do, whether he's going to do drop downs or not.
Well, and Plasma Kappa does have that sword and the Moon Pearl advantage, but these enemies still hurt.
Yeah, looks like Kappa's going to take a look at the west side of Death Mountain, get all the entrances over here. With that mirror, we'll be able to... we'll lose that portal at some point to find Castle Tower.
Surprised, though, Plasma Kappa didn't check Castle Tower check 1. But at the same time, you got a mirror. You can go back up there before you leave Death Mountain if you want.
Yeah, you can do it later if you find something that makes that fight a little bit better against those 2 ball and chain guards, make it a little bit quicker. I think this is smart. Getting everything you can get done on this side of the mountain before doing that check.
Oh, there's the top of... Okay, there's our logical check there. So that's a logical Death Mountain then with what Noble Fox has just found. That was Paradox Top.
Very nice. And Nobly's about to go get Moon Pearl. And some keys for Pod. Kappa finding a sick kid on the mountain and gets another small key for Pod. That's number 2.
And of note, I believe Nobly just found a desert small key as well. That was on Bottle Vendor.
Yeah, I don't know if Kappa got that or not while he was in Kakariko. Nice bomb jump. Able to cross over, get that big chest in Turtle Rock. I'll be able to get to Crystal Buller as well. Gonna have to be creative here. Waiting for this roller to come across.
Oh no!
Locked himself out. It's gonna have to try this again.
Fortunately, you got plenty of bombs, got your sword.
Better this. Wow, the hammer! What a payoff!
That is a huge payoff for Plasma Kappa there.
Yeah, that is that's locked in behind either a hook shot or Samaria.
Or maybe TR West if that's readily available somewhere.
Correct.
The front of tavern located at Lazy Kid's house.
We knew what he was consuming the whole time. Don't worry about it.
I love little funny connectors like that.
Four Turok keys to get you a map to Desert Palace. Nobly gonna get his sword. This has been an interesting decision for Kappa here after collecting Chain Chomp chest. Whether or not you check out that West connector, see how buried that hammer is, and give up what you've got on Death Mountain right now.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you can go check TR West, but if you do, you're going to be locked out. Now he's choosing to clear more Death Mountain.
Yeah, as long as there's not any other connectors on the mountain, you can come back there, take a look. Nobly finding the front of the Old Man Rescue. He's got that lamp. Be able to casually walk him home.
Oh, hi, Pod. How you doing?
Also, darkness. We have 2 small keys. We have a big key. You can do a lot in this dungeon.
And you got the hammer, so you're not forced to spend the key on the front if you know how to mimic clip. And there's a glove. And we're gone.
Yeah, I like this. You got that glove gives you 5 more items in the well. It's not hard to get up here, given where our locations and things are at. We got an easy connector up to Dark Death Mountain. So
okay.
Oh, Nobly trying the same bomb jump, does not get it on his first attempt, and is not going to bother. So no hammer for Nobly. That is pretty big.
Yeah, and he just died, unfortunately, to the rock, so not going to get that glove and Pod either.
Bringing the old man home.
So Plasma Kappa has a lot open to them. They know the hammer is out of logic, but who cares? You got natural Dark World access right now just through what you've got, so you have a lot of the seed open to you.
Yeah, there's a ton to do. A couple more entrances to check while he's here. That one's nothing. Yeah, I might still take the time to see where Turtle Rock West is at and see just where this hammer is in the logic train. Whether Thieves Town already. We know Nobly has that Thieves Town big key now in logic with the Moon Pearl.
And Flipper's in first check.
Actually, that Moon Pearl is in logic. Oh, logic's all kinds of convoluted, but that's cross keys for you. It's one of those things where you just keep things at the back of your mind, logic-wise, but you don't necessarily let it drive you, unless there's some extreme situations, like shot can't be in the far swamp, for example.
Well, and the hook shot, for instance, it could be our key to East TR, so what Nobly is doing, sticking to logic, could pay off if these checks are things that Plasma Kappa puts off for a while due to extra checks.
House of Darkness are green pendant today, as Sarasala tells us. Nothing much in the closet. A little extra health, which is nice. Nobody's already taken an unfortunate death in the overworld. And Kappa with his hammer is going to head back over to East Death Mountain.
Everybody's favorite connector.
Yeah, and given how easily it is to get back to this part of the world, no reason not to take it immediately. Find out what the item is, and see where it takes you.
GT at Two Brothers West. Holy moly.
That is a spicy one for sure. Fresh new sword for Noblin out of Hope. Looks like Spiral took us back to Kakariko.
Yeah, so that's very interesting.
That lady saw Kappa, it said send help. Ever race against literally anything. That is the comment all the time that he puts in races, unless he wins, then it's help receive.
Pretty early health of the seed, so that's always nice when you don't get any mail upgrades quickly.
Yeah, and we have this mirror already too, so we're not going to be doing a lot of intentional death warping. So every piece of health and armor upgrades at this point is just a little quality of life.
Yeah, looks like Plasma Kappa is joining Nobly in the Dark World.
Yeah, he's got a much easier time of it too with that glove and hammer as we find our first Castle Tower small key on Old Stumpy.
Well, that's good. I don't think Nobly's found Castle Tower yet, so gonna be able to get both those checks logically next time he finds it.
Yeah, nobody unfortunately did die before finding that dungeon entrance. Also didn't see Pod up there. Kappa hopping into Skull Woods while nobody finding Meyer Shed for the other glove.
Wow, okay, well, that's very interesting. Is that our first logical glove, or...?
I think both gloves are in logic because you could bunny walk over to get over to West Death Mountain.
That's true. That's true.
So both gloves are in logic.
Wait, have we found a way to... Oh, never mind. I was thinking, have we found a way to West Dark World, but yeah, connectors and things.
Yeah, nobody got there through connectors, not had direct access yet.
Looks like nobody trying to get some big 20s on the tree poles to maybe try and knock Zora out too. Speaking of mail upgrades, there's one hiding out in Skullwoods. Okay, Desert Ledge Check is a heart container, so you're not going to turn it down if you get a chance to see it, but otherwise you're not worried about grabbing it. Okay, looks like we're getting the well check from Nobly. Ooh, small key defeat. Otherwise, not a lot going on. Okay, Two Brothers East connector at the rock lift at the bottom of Ascension Cave. Oh, takes us to Dark 5. Oh, there we go, you're back.
Yeah, I guess RTX voice crashed. Software is amazing. That connector over to Dark 5, pretty good. It's a hard place to get to without a flute until we find that flute. So a really nice one to have there.
We did find Johnny Two Bombs, aka Hype Cave. Not much going on there either. Pretty
110 rupees. What do you get?
Right?
You get the bottom of Spectral Rocket.
The unreturnable one. Alright, but yeah, Nobly does have pretty good routing going on here. You're able to do all this. You can go to the top of Hyrule Castle, get all 3 of those checks. So that mirror, you're just blasting out all these overworld checks.
Yeah, that's the big quality of life benefit of early Pearl and early Mirror and Cross Keys, is that you just get to double up so many checks depending on where you've been in the overworld before getting those items. Kappa might be setting up a Houlihan here to set up for Zora. Nope, just taking out the cave.
Which was just, I think, Magic Bat. Oh, Mini Moldarm. What do you have? The other male upgrade.
Hyrule Castle's small. Wasn't anything locked behind it, but that ice rod potentially required. We don't know the status of Turtle Rock yet, but not going to be an ice rod hunt today, for at least for Nobly.
Even with all the time it takes Nobly to mirror, these checks are all just going to save so much time later.
And, Kappa finding the west entrance of Desert Palace at Curiosity Shop. Does have a small queue. We'll be able to get 3 checks, and I'll look at a 4th here.
Well, that's also a time save for Nobly finding a connector that went from Eastern Fairy Spring to Graveyard Ledge, so less to worry about there.
Yeah, and see the flute on Desert Torch? That's going to be locked behind those boots.
Flute in this mode, you just can't read it though. If there's no connector to my area and something's there, you obviously need it. But otherwise, if you find a connector to my area, you've got your mirror, so you're already getting all those checks done. So that flute just could be nothing.
Yeah, it's still a really good quality of life. We don't have good access to Kakariko with any of our starting locations. It's just a quicker way up the mountain. A lot of benefit to getting that flute when you can, just in terms of a quick travel around the world, even if it doesn't actually lock anything. Eastern Palace for Nobly gonna walk right back out. Eastern Palace, a big point of contention in the community, whether you want to hop in there or not.
I think the first check or 2 pretty worth it. You've got pseudo boots. It's really not a huge time investment, but at the same time, Nobly has a very much in logic lamp, so that is 4 in logic checks in Eastern.
Nobly gonna head on in. It is a crystal. Desert Palace also a crystal. We're still trying to figure out what our last pendant is. We do know that Palace of Darkness, Skull Woods are 2 or 3 pendants.
No bond vendor either, so we don't have direct knowledge if there are reds either.
See what Eastern Palace says. That first check, not too exciting. Second one's a big key though for Tower of Hera. Depending on where that hookshot's at, we could need that big key.
Very true. It's one of those checks that really you don't necessarily need it if you get that hook shot, but at the same time, it's also less to worry about to have to return there.
Cap about to get that Palace of Darkness knowledge.
A little bit of Zora money for Nobly.
The fish is kind of looming a little bit large over the seed right now. There's not... There's still a lot to do, but there's a lot less than was to do, say, 15 minutes ago. And we're looking at Palace of Darkness checks, Castle Tower checks, and Zora is still sitting out there in logic, waiting to be paid off.
And Zora checks too with Plasma Kappa and having those flippers.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Plasma Kappa giving our first check into Mimikate because we found that earlier but didn't have a hammer.
Yeah, meanwhile, behind that lamp in the 4th chest of Eastern Palace, Nobly finds the real boots.
That is killer right there. That's a check that you don't really want to make because you have to go all the way back there. And if Plasma Kappa finds that Eastern doesn't have the lamp, do you choose to go in? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Nobly's gonna be able to get that flute once he gets into desert. It should be shortly. That was the entrance, I believe, was in this general area. Kappa getting that sword out of GT.
Oh look, another connector.
It's a really nice one there. Nobly's going to do catfish and then come back and not be stuck over here for the rest of this. Nobly already having done all of Eastern and Pod.
Yeah, Plasma Capping electing to sequence break left side GT.
Yeah, this was, if you watched the race earlier, this was one of the turning points of the race. Hayfield Bay was not able to do sequence break all the way through the left side of GT, finding a 3rd sword here in Stalfos room. And GT had a lot of items in the last seed.
But pretty happy with that tempered saying, see you, GT.
Yeah, without the tools to put Ice, Armos, and Logic, and there's a lot of bomb jumps to pull off in consecutive order to get through that one room. Nobly will have a lot easier time if he wants to come back and do that. You only have to do one bomb jump to get through that room when you do have those real boots.
Yeah, but then just one more bomb jump overall to do to get to that little fire snake room.
Yeah.
And Nobly saying, wait, I thought of something else to do.
Yeah, looks like we'll get some checks of Skull Woods and Northwest Dark World here from Nobly. Stuff that we've already seen on Kappa's side. Kappa does get that one Castle Tower small cube.
Yeah, Plasma Kappa's about to get that second glove, too.
Unfortunately, no ether won't be able to open up the rock entrance next time he gets up on the mountain, but I don't think Kappa did the southeast Death Mountain checks. We'll be able to do those very easily with those mitts. Right now, it seems like our futures are up on the mountain for both these runners in different ways.
Mountain or flipper checks could be things. It's hard to say. Neither runner Houlihan, like you said a bit ago, Nobly had the best chance to do it, but neither runner quite at Zoromoney yet. And there's Hookshot Cave. All right.
Nobly will be able to get at least one item out of it once he finds that location.
And here we are, 41 minutes in, and our Moon Pearl's still not in Logic.
No, we've not found the cape, not found Runa. Have found 0 of 3 shields.
And Nobly forgetting that, oh, I already know that connector. That was just that. Okay. Well, King's Tomb it is.
One item locked here in King's Tomb. That's a good item, though. It's a real good item.
That seems pretty good.
Fire Rod locked in King's Tomb, locked behind those boots in Eastern Palace. Fire locking fire.
Not wrong. So if Nobly finds a TR small, he could technically hover, maybe if he can hover the gap, but otherwise, yeah, we're just missing a Samaria per TR.
Yep. Cap is going to head over to Dark Lake Hylia. These flippers, soon we're going to take a look at all those entrances in the Innistrad Cave area, both light and dark. They just pick up those mitts.
Okay, here's a desert entry for Nobly.
Yeah, Nobly does have both these boots to get the flute. And a small key. You'll be able to take a look at those 2 items on the right-hand side. I don't think we've found anything else in here when Kappa was in.
I didn't even catch the exits where they go.
Cap did not follow either of the connectors, just went back out.
Oh, that would be why I didn't see him. All right, but does Nobly check entrances after the right side? You got a flute to activate, and you're conveniently close if you take the west exit again.
I could see it going either way. If you're close enough to turn the flute in and you've got Dark World access, maybe you just check some connectors, see where they go, and then you can just get back to Desert very quickly.
Nothing of importance on right side desert, though. But again, it's one of those peace of mind checks right now. You just have the big chest of desert left, and beating it once you find the big key.
Kappa up on the pyramid will find Eastern Palace here, and we'll have a decision point whether or not he's going to hop in.
So desert east went out, desert back. And the bow!
The bow being boots locked as well.
That is big. It's also very convenient. Plasma Kappa could have intelligence on that, but elected not to check any desert exits like you said, and even if he did check it, wouldn't have had the boots.
Yeah, Kappa's got mitts. Once he gets back to desert after finding these boots, we get that flute. I think that'll be a priority for him to get that flute, so it won't be too far off that bow. But that does require Kappa to go all the way to the big key chest.
It does have that lamp, so it does know it is in logic.
Picking up that heretic, and that's it. That's not good. That is not good at all for Kappa.
Oh gosh, we're not going back in without the bow, and the problem is the bow is boots locked.
One of them is for sure. Hopefully we can find another bow or a big key, something to push Kappa in that direction sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, Nobly needs to get back on the mountain, which is a lot easier proposal once you got this flute.
True, I mean, myths are out there, so if you do myths, suddenly you got Meyer checks.
Jelly playing a good game of guard on this bonkable chest here in Hookshot Cave for just a piece of heart. Is Nobly going to do any more here?
Looks like it. We're going to be trying to hover. And succeeding. Beautiful hover.
Yeah, first one, well done. Meanwhile, Kappa in the dark shopping mall area. First check, nothing there. Ice Palace in a very, very bad location.
Ugh.
Let's see if there's a connector to this area or if it's totally isolated. It's totally isolated, so that Ice Palace is just not someplace you ever want to go. And unfortunately, no, Kappa does not have that fire rod yet. Nobly trying to get the second hover off. Did not quite get there on the first attempt.
It just says no to that third check. 3 out of 4 in Hookshot Cave. Not a bad trip.
Yeah. No big rewards, but not going to spend too much time trying to dig that last chest out. Swamp Palace sitting in the Light World Ice Rod Cave area.
Opposite of Ice Palace. We got both of the Ice Palace and Swamp Palace just mirror away.
And welcome in to Raiders joining us. Welcome to the Lincoln Pass Randomizer League Season 5. We're watching Pseudo Boots Cross Keys. Kappa, the tile room, is on the left-hand side. Noble, the forend of Noble Fox, is on the right. And we're in the middle of a pretty good race here. Both sides kind of missing little pieces here and there as to how to progress a little bit further here. It's going to be very interesting seeing who gets to where they need to go first. Cap with Bombos is able to hop into Ice Palace. Makes quick work of that 10-giver room with bombs.
Well, this would be an almost full clear Ice Palace, just no big key. But you do have a small key, so routing it is going to be a little bit easier, a little more friendly.
Yeah, you never hope you see that Ice Palace big key at any point in the race, unless it's in this dungeon.
But this is why, chat, this is why you keep up on your Ice Palace bomb jump.
Sometimes the old ways are the best ways.
And sometimes the only ways, especially if the game is a jerk and puts, like, Samaria behind this. So technically, you could go through it logically and be fine, but...
Could you, though?
Not
without a big key, you wouldn't be fine.
It's true. But you could probably, theoretically, maybe get a Samaria in many cases, then just like Mirror and then Icebreaker. But why would you want to do that? Just IPBJ.
Now I just want to watch a video of people playing this game casually and getting into Ice Palace.
Oh my gosh, I still remember this when I was a kid. It was such a nightmare.
Checks in escape. We know they're in Logic. We know there's not much there. Cap has already been in this area. So far, not much in Ice Palace.
Oh, interesting. Hyrule Castle West exit there.
Yeah, this could be a good entrance for Noble if something's here, but there is nothing here. Just some fairies to capture via Rabbit Net.
Ooh, but Nobly is back up where he needs to be.
Yeah, but it's gonna hop right down and give up getting across. Spiral Cave gonna come through. I'll take him back to Kakariko.
Well, you're going to be west. I mean, you got your flute, right? You can flute up to 1.
Oh yeah. He's got easy access to the mountain with that flute. Big key for Misery Mire in Ice Tea for Kappa. We don't know the crystal pendant status of Misery Mire yet, but probably gonna need that big key. There's the #1 press for Nobly.
Well, neither runner's gone deep into pod either.
Yeah,
probably nothing.
Kappa just got that glove out of the first check.
This is a good move for Nobly right here. Going to get that hammer.
Yeah, well done with that hover.
Or not going to get the hammer. We're going to mirror. It's going to be fine. We're going to mirror. It's fine.
This was the hammer. There, we got it.
Oh, okay, there it is. That's right. I thought it was like a chain trap or something.
No. Ice Palace down for Kappa. Gonna leave that big chest behind, but collects crystal #1 of the seed.
That's an interesting TR West there out of the back of Skull.
Yeah, kind of just gonna end up having to go back there because of the Skull Woods layout. We'll get these 4 items out of the front. 3 items out of the front. I don't think we have the big key for this dungeon yet.
We do not. And we're getting some flipper checks from Plasma Kappa in some fashion.
Yeah, this is going to be Catfish into Zora, so we'll get some new information from Zora Ledge, Waterfall Cave, and the proprietor of Zora Coin himself. Looks like Misery Mire was a crystal on that map check.
I think so. I think Swamp was.
Well,
yeah. Was one of them a 5/6?
I don't believe so.
Alright, so we've got a map to Hero. We have not checked it yet, though. And the only other question marks are Thieves Town and I think, yeah, Ice Palace was a crystal.
Yeah, Ice Palace is a crystal. Turtle Rock still a question mark.
That's right, TR as well.
So it's between Thieves Town and Turtle Rock for that last pendant.
Oh,
Dam
there's
underwater.
Yeah, there's the dam locked logically by that pair of flippers.
So that West Turtle Rock location is interesting. It being in the Dark World, we still have not found our way to logically access that Moon Pearl. It's that hammer still keeping pretty deep in the chain. Once again, where runners just don't care that much about logic, but that is something that is that hammer may not lock much at sea.
Those were some expensive bombs. That's like, what, 50 rupees a bomb? Holy moly.
Yeah, a bottle vendor is sitting wondering why Azora's charging so much for bad goods.
And we had a quick map check. We got Hira as our third pendant.
Alright, so Thieves' Town Crystal, Turtle Rock Crystal. Don't invest in Zora Coin.
Ooh, no pod dip from Noble either.
Not even to grab those mitts yet. May come back. Still has some checks to do here on the mountain.
You got 2 smalls and a bow. You gotta go in. Pendant or not, density. There's a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in that dungeon. Just a compass. We all know where the drop down takes us, so not going to be tempted by that connector. Nobody already has that information.
Just a vanilla fairy at that Dark Fairy Spring. And we're getting new checks on Plasma Kappa side. We're getting the Smith chain.
And I forget what the Smiths read. It wasn't too inconvenient, if I remember correctly.
It will unfortunately be for Plasma Kappa because you don't really have a flute. Smiths are at flute 5, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, that's not good at all. Nobly doing our Castle Tower checks. First chest, just a piece of heart. Second check. Just a bottle. And now we're going to head back to Palace of Darkness. You'll be able to get those mitts and pick up some other stuff as well in that dungeon. But first, Thieves' Town.
Yep, we got that big key. Nobody's had that big key for a better portion of like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that one was the one that was on East Dark Death Mountain, the Nobly mirror bundle too. So that's going to be a very big time save. Kappa's already been in the front 4 of this dungeon.
And we do have the small key as well, so it is a fully clearable Thieves' Town. There's that red mail and ice rod for Plasma Kappa.
Nobly headed to the back of Thieves' Town. Get some fresh information here. The way the seed is broken out, that hammer is really not locked a lot, if anything, for Kappa, and him having it for a good 20-30 minutes before Nobly got it. It's been way less impactful than Nobly finding those boots in Eastern Palace.
That's right, those boots have locked, what, Fire Rod, Bow.
Boots as well. We haven't had a chance to get in the mire area, take a look what's in there.
True. And so far, the mitts could be big for Plasma Kappa simply because we have not seen Meyer check, so it could be hookshot in that area or something of importance. But first he's got to get the boots.
Yeah, first gotta get those boots and get the flute. Nobly's gonna be the first person to get to those Meyer checks after getting done at Thieves Town. I can't imagine Nobly passes up on at least taking a look at Palace of Darkness.
I don't think Nobly has the Meyer Big either, so that's a nice palace, I think.
Yeah, that one was a nice palace. Nice palace in a pretty bad location, but Nobly does have those flippers now. And may get enticed over there at some point. Look in the back of Thieves Town, the Maiden Cell. Be able to get that ether tablet check right now.
Either Bombos available, front check of Desert.
And Nobly gonna head into this blind fight. There's Thieves Town Big for Kappa.
I think Nobly found that even before Moon Pearl.
Yeah, Nobly used the mirror to sneak in there as a Super Bunny and is able to open those two chests.
Now, Nobly losing the script, but no less, no issue. Down goes blind for a mushroom.
And I don't know if we I think we did see Magic Hut. I don't remember where.
Magic Shop is at Village of Outcast Fortune Teller. Yay, keeping in my own tracker up.
Fantastic.
I didn't catch everything, but I got some of it.
Alright, Nobly's going to take a look at Ether Tablet, and we'll see if he hops in a pod. Does get that Hera, the Eastern Desert Crystal information. Already had Eastern, gets the Desert information. Has not seen Skull Woods as a pendant yet. Otherwise has full information. Into Palace of Darkness we go. It does not check that Ether Tablet yet.
So at this point, do we assume a TR is one of the 5/6s?
Yeah, with Eastern Desert being normal, we saw Swamp and Ice Palace as normal crystals. Or Swamp and Misery Mire as normal crystals. That leaves Thieves Town, Turtle Rock.
And Nobly does get those mitts. And setting up a Death Warp and looks like draining magic. So...
Nobly has a bow, though. Why are we...
And a mirror.
Why are we doing this? Oh, it said that you have to die to reset keys if you need.
Yeah, save scum a key, that's gotta be it. But why would you Death Warp on something that's draining all your magic?
I do not know.
And as pointed out in chat from all the dropdowns we've seen, Aga 2 does lock Uncle, so but we don't have a GT big key, we don't have 2 more GT small, so it's still not close to logic.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long time before we get reunited with their uncle. Probably in the credits before anything else.
The 4th sword! Hot big key chest. And Nobly gives it a once over because he knows that that sword is gone.
Yep. I don't like this play. I think if your pod's a pendant, just give up on the big key chest, go to the back, get what you can.
I agree. The back is definitely more dense, and what you miss out on is Harmless Heckway, Big Key Chest, and the big chest. That's it. You can get almost everything except the boss.
I think making a play to choose between Big Key Chest and Harmless Hellway, if you're looking at the usual last key, I think that makes a lot more sense than what we just saw.
Yeah, and at the same time, really, I think you check that chest to get your sword, just say, whatever, it's a pendant, save and quit, just lose the key.
Yeah, and there were 3 more items that nobody could have gotten. The 2 items on the right side plus the item on the bridge. You're at some point, something is probably in pod. And if it isn't that sword, you're gonna have to go back there anyways.
Just a reminder as well, everybody, don't forget to give these 2 runners a follow. They're putting on a great race for us for our viewing pleasure on this Sunday afternoon. And while you're at it, follow my co-com, James FNX, and Sariu X as well for doing a fantastic job on the tracking, solo tracking for our cross keys.
Sariu doing a great job for us, even though he's telling everyone not to follow him. Blow his notifications up anyways.
Do it!
Purple chest play here from Nobly. Have we come out of hammer pegs yet?
I believe hammer pegs were checked.
Okay.
But I guess Nobly is keeping his portal for Bombo's tablet, because he's checked everything else in this area.
Yep.
Down goes Blind on Plasma Kappa side, gets that mushroom and second crystal here at 107.23.
Purple chest, not the answer, just a piece of heart. Nobly gonna take up reading as a profession. Kappa gonna head back into Palace of Darkness now.
It would be a good play. We've only seen 3 checks in here so far, 4.
There's that Swamp Small locked behind the book. We do need to beat Swamp Palace today, so
Okay, that's good.
reading is fundamental.
And a vanilla pod key.
A pod key pod. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Ton of
But-
fresh information here from Noble heading to the Mire Shed area. Ether for both our dungeon entrances,
And it's the one medallion we don't have.
of course.
Alright, but looks like Plasma Kappa is going to do the typical low-key route. We're going to go back. I wouldn't be surprised to see him check Big Key Chest as soon as he's done here, because he will have... Oh no, he's going to use his last key on Harmless Heckway.
Maybe. Could just decide to double back.
Okay, we got Chest Game and Misery Mire, not much going on there.
We'll also see if Kappa wants to do some potion glitching or anything. I don't know if Kappa's got a potion in one of those bottles.
And Bugnet, that's a good find. Well played. Oh no! Big Key to Ice Palace, you've already cleared. Ugh.
Okay, just ignore that one. That one doesn't exist. Hera in the Mire area.
Okay, I think if I saw that right, that may have been checkerboard.
I think it was right face of Mire, but not possible.
Yeah, you could be right. I was missing some checks while I was watching Plasma Kappa go through pod.
Kappa did choose to use that key on Harmless Hellway. Nicely executed bomb jump.
really going to get punished for missing that big key chest, Evil Shield. Because you got tempered. Butter is nice, but it's not going to make a huge difference.
So, kind of surprised we didn't find our invincibility item to bring that Moon Pearl and wash it there. But
Well, we still haven't seen Bow's side, because I'm pretty sure the lamp, the bow...
was there a way to bunny walk to the pyramid? There had to have been, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, with the glove. Wait, glove. Were they both in Dark World? No, there was one in Light World, wasn't there?
Both gloves were in Light World. I think.
Okay. Yeah, because Ascension Cave entrance did lead you over to Dark 5.
Ah, there you go. Then you just bunny walk to the pyramid and get your boots, and then go get your bow. It's that easy.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure right side pod could have our blue cane or something.
Yeah, blue cane or cape at this point. We do find big key of swamp pallets on Aether tablets, so both tablets holding keys to swamp. Good jokes game.
Nice shovel. Oh, it takes the fall.
And nobody taking the long way down.
Head check, chat. Sorry, chat.
I'm not sorry.
I am not either. These runners don't deserve that today.
No. Last thing you want to see in a cross key seed is a pedestal being required. Nobly back upstairs. Gonna take the normal path around to get this big chest item.
Looks like Plasma Kappa gonna check the connector maybe. Oh, the second evil shield right in the big chest of Hero.
And Nobly gonna take on Moldorm. Get this item, get a pendant out of the deal. Kappa gonna turn in this purple chest. We know that's nothing, and Nobly getting dumped again by Moldorm.
At least it wasn't down that middle hole to fall 2 floors, so at least there's that.
Yeah, already taken enough 2-story falls in this this climb up era. Oh, jeez.
Trolldurm just having none of it. Plasma Kappa, though, is about to get that big or small key to Swamp. Or are we leaving?
Oh, checking the drowned item first before portaling over.
That would have been really, really harsh. I mean, we drained the dam. We, I believe, know where Swamp is. So, front half of Swamp is fully available to us.
Yep.
Finally, Nobly does get the better of Trolldurm. Gets Trolldurm down for a blue pendant.
No item drop of value, but other than I don't know, did Nobly do the basement or no?
He was down to 0 keys, but I don't remember if I ever saw him go do it. I was 10 bombs. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, well, he had a key coming in, so he must have done it. So that's it for Hera.
I did get that shovel.
Yeah, Kappa about to find Hera here at Desert Main.
Alright, was Hera required in any remote way? No.
No.
But really, Plasma Kappa is going to be going through the same thing, so no time loss for Nobly, really.
Yeah, only time loss was all those falls, the 2 falls to Moldorm and the double decker trying to get the big chest.
True, good point.
So if Cap has a cleaner climb here, we'll have a little bit of time saved in this dungeon, even though it was not required for either runner. Nobody can check these bonk rocks in behind bomb shop. Let's see what's in here. It's an item.
Ice Red Cave, you're in the wrong spot. $20.
Light side, an item. Working hard for these items in behind bonk rocks.
Right? First you gotta go through Ice Red Cave, now you gotta go through Aegina's Cave. I call it Fart Cave, because he talks. Funny.
Yeah, if you ever just want to casually play a seed or 3, talk to Gina at different points while you're playing. He's got some stuff to say.
He does. He's got 3 different lines of text. I'm not going to ruin it for you, chat, but do yourself a favor. Chat with Aegina. You will not be disappointed.
This will be Ice Palace for Nobly. Does not have that big key. So if there is something in that big chest, it's gonna hurt both these runners equally.
We'll get that Meyer Big out of there, and it will be everything but Vitreous is going to be doable.
Yeah. We'll also be able to hop into Swamp Palace, I believe. Nobly did drain the dam. But I'm not positive on that. We'll find out shortly.
And yeah, Plasma Kappa's hero was a bit cleaner, but still both runners did the dungeon.
Kappa already having read the pedestal says no thank you to that pendant. Ice Palace Big Key, that was... where was that?
That was in the back of Pod, I think.
Ah, that's right, yes. That was in Compass Room, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the room with the poor turtles, yeah, in the back. So, logically required, but yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, we're still missing a lot of items a few items for Gumbo at this point. We need a hookshot, we need Samaria.
Yeah, we need a hookshot Samaria in terms of items, and then key-wise, we need the Eastern Palace Big Key, a Desert Palace Big Key. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm still missing a few. So to answer a question in chat, yes, you're finding keys to individual dungeons. What you're probably thinking about is retro mode, where any key you find can be used for any locked door, except the big ones, the big keys. And Plasma Kappa is going into the front of Swamp. I wouldn't be surprised if Nobly went ahead and did that after this too. That's assuming Nobly has done the drain on the dam. I don't know if he's found that yet, though.
Yeah, I don't remember if he has either. We'll find out after Ice Palace, because I feel pretty confident Nobly's just going to mirror after this and take a look at the next shot cave checks the level.
I don't think nobody's found it. The dam is at the Well of Wishing. I think Plasma is the only one to go there. But that would pretty much, I would think, be Nobly's next check is the Flipper's checks, unless he goes straight to Meyer.
True. Nobly with good game knowledge there, pick up a couple bombs was low. Those pots right next to the tree chest do have long.
Okay, and for Nobly's sake, this is not one of the times you want to skip iced tea. Looks like he's going there right now, though.
Yeah, that extra key can just hop down there. GT big key, that's an interesting one.
That is not good. Logically, that is what, 2 checks on the climb? That's it.
Yep. For Kappa, it's 0 checks. It's more of that bow. Unless Kappa wants to get very aggressive with middle clips.
Good point.
Misery Mire big key for Nobly.
Not setting up for the diver down, may not be comfortable with the bomb setup, not sure.
Yeah, may just want to make sure you get this and not lock one of those chests in if you do screw it up. Also, it doesn't save that much time when you're having to grab the key beforehand. It does save a little bit of time, but not nearly as much as it would if you had the hook shot and were able to grab the pot key from the lobby.
True, with pseudo boots you can save yourself a few seconds just running.
Nobly with red mail, half magic. Only a master sword still. But does mow down cold stare. We'll pick up that crystal.
Sword disadvantage, but that fire rod just melts cold stare.
2 crystals apiece again. Tied up on crystal count. Nothing in the front of Swamp other than that GT big key. Oh yeah, Swamp is still dry for Nobly.
Which is a good thing for him. But given the location of the dam, I would not be surprised to see him come right back there.
I think with actual boots, Nobly's going to prioritize Mire over Swamp Dip.
I would think so. More dense. You only have 1 Mire Small, so there's only, I think, 4 logical checks there. Maybe 5. Yeah, 5 logical checks in Mire currently, but it's still, they're quick.
Yeah.
And you're not going to misuse the keys, so you can technically get 7 out of 8 checks there.
Yeah, Nobly already have gotten that Ice Palace and Highlight Cave information. Does get to skip that on his flipper checks. Mushroom, just 50 rupees.
The only problem with Mire's location, Spiral Bottom on East Death Mountain is, you just got to flute up there. You got to mirror, you got to do all this stuff, but Swamp is a quick swim away from here.
There is a key on the ledge. I don't remember if Kappa grabbed this one. I would imagine he had to.
I don't remember ever seeing Zora, so I'm not sure. He had the money last time he was here.
Yeah, Kappa did pay off Zora. Got this Uncle Bomb drop for his reward, as we see. There's the bow.
Yeah, nobody's got that bad news.
Kappa did skip this key. We know it's not going to be super important. It is a pod small. That's number 3.
Now, nobody does know where that sword is for a quick grab. But not much else in there accessible besides the nice big, which at this point, if you're Nobly, you do not want to find.
Correct. Interesting flute decision if you're heading back in the water. Where is Nobly going? Under the bridge?
Under the bridge, it looks like, but I think you could have gotten that a little faster if you fluted home and went southeast.
Yeah.
Could have been thinking, like, really quick. I'd have been thinking swamp and then being like, oh no, let's go there.
Under the bridge, lots of money. Let's see what Nobly does after this. Thought about saving quitting. Just gonna use that flute.
So at this point, we know Plasma Kappa really needs to go back to Eastern, which is not over here.
Nope. Top of the mountain. Or top of the Hyrule Castle.
For a second, I was thinking Hyrule. I was thinking Ice Palace, big chest. Uh-oh. I think we're going back to ice.
Not from this side. We're not.
Oh, you're right. That's dark. Swamp is in light. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, a Spike Cave.
Spike Cave play here. This is we pick up a blue potion. I don't think that's enough to put this in logic yet, but once again, who needs logic when we got blue potions?
Not even using a pseudo boots to run through.
Nothing
Not there. Yeah.
Another Turtle Rock small.
That's only our, what? Oh, we have 3, I think, total, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Plasma's got a few.
Have we seen this from either runner?
I don't think we have. It was still green on my tracker. This is new.
And this is something that's been open since like 3 minutes into the seed. Well, not really. We did. We had the mirror. We had access to the top of the ledge. So yeah, this has been open for a long time. It's Bombos. So we got Kappa did get this at some point.
Oh, that must have been what... Okay, we did not see this on stream. Okay. Yeah, we had issues getting Plasma Cap up for the first 8 minutes of the stream, and it showed up on his tracker. We weren't sure where it was from. Now we know.
All right, Eastern Palace back in for Kappa. Gonna get those boots this time. Now it's time to play catch-up on those boots locations. Misery Mire for Nobly. New information here.
Yeah, Plasma's got that bow to get, the flute to get, Mire area to get to.
Fire Rod as well.
Oh, you're right, Pyron. You have King's Tomb, I think, right?
Correct. Nobly gonna skip the firelock checks for now. No key yet. I'd use that one key to open the door so we can hit the switch.
Oh, look, a vanilla key.
Oh, look, there's a Misery Mire key. Misery Mire, who knew?
And we're going back.
Yep. Powder locked in behind 3 Misery Mire Smalls.
We have knowledge of 3 of the 4 GT keys to unlock that. Oh wait, that's Uncle. Never mind.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Kappa gets his boots and a few frustration slashes there.
He's cheering. He's cheering for the boots.
This is why you don't underestimate Eastern in a cross keys, especially if you got a lamp.
The other firelock chest in Misery Mire, just a piece of heart.
And Plasma not going towards those boots, kind of going towards the progression they know about with the flute and the bow.
Yeah, that makes sense. The flute just gives you good mobility. Bow, you're going to need to beat the game. I may put that off a little bit. I don't know about that. Rushing out to grab that. But also, getting into desert here, we'll be able to quickly come back and then do bunk rocks to get that fire rod at that point.
CT2, we know that is dead.
Okay, game.
Okay. Suddenly Meyer is fully in logic.
Other than that, that's Samaria, and I'm kind of shocked we just haven't seen Samaria in here. The rate of these last couple chests.
I can't beat it, but left side is suddenly in logic, so gonna have to go do cutscene. Oh, wait, you got that mirror up. What are you doing? Don't do it.
He already did cutscene.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
I missed that.
It does put Magic Bat into play as a check to prioritize. And I think that was fairly accessible. If I remember correctly, it is at the ferry drop down.
Which we are doing immediately.
Absolutely. Kappa getting that flute, turning it in directly into the mire area. And
$5. Ugh.
just a small tie from the Magic Bat.
Well, there's only one thing that concerns me a bit at this point, and that's the front of Turtle Rock. GT is still not logic without that hook shot, or fourth. Well, GT Climb is in logic, I guess.
Yeah, with the GT Climb, we've seen 2 GT small keys, so the 2 chests in Mini Helmet Room are in logic. Nothing else is in there.
Oh look, Nobly's checking the bow lock side of Pod.
For the first time in an hour and 34 minutes, we've had access to this dungeon for the entirety of the game. All right, Samari, Berna or Cape here?
I mean, it's got to be something. But, like, we need, like, Samaria maybe for the front of TR? Who knows? Oh, there it
Hook
is.
shot! Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Back of Swamp.
So, Swamp Palace in play? A 4th chest in Hookshot Cave in play?
Oh my gosh, and Nobly skipped that intentionally the last time he was here. I don't know if he forgot it or something.
Nobly was trying to save keys here. And ended up just leaving after checking the big key chest and the drop down for Stalfo's basement, and just reset to save the key instead of just checking Bollock side.
Right, and being a pendant, I gotta presume he's gonna go snag that sword before he leaves. Left side GT is now good to go. Back at Swamp.
There's that Ice Palace big that nobody didn't want to see. And Kappa now. Now we've got real boots. This left side is much easier to navigate.
Still, how much incentive does Kappa have to come back to these checks anytime soon? I mean, you've already gone into pod twice.
Not a lot, honestly. There's the Skullwoods big key. That'll be one check in a very bad location. This is a very unfriendly Skullwoods layout.
It's a kick in the pants right there. It's like the ice big that Nobly just found. So this chest here is interesting for Plasma Kappa because that hook shot does technically put this in logic too.
Yeah. Just another key to your own dungeon.
It's fine. It's fine. Just whole lots of vanilla in this game. And yep, Nobly is going for that sword.
Yeah, the upgrade from Master to Tempered is big enough that it's worth spending the key here. Not going to really worry about wanting to ever kill Helmosaur. Speaking of, there's another pod key. And
Pod 4! Ugh. I mean, Nobly is highly likely to end this on Butter because they're going to Swamp right now and clearing it. And if there's nothing in the back, GT is your next play.
Yep. Yeah, Kappa's Tempered Sword is in Stalfo's room. Nothing in the big chest, but Kappa's going to continue on and take a look at Ice Armors.
Hookshot cave for Nobly getting that last check. Ooh, not feeling so bad about not getting that hover earlier.
There's Samaria in the back.
There's our cape. Oh my gosh, Samaria cape.
So the logic has you taking your hammer, your hookshot to get your hammer out of Turtle Rock, and then taking that hammer and that hookshot to GT to go all the way to Isarmos to get your Samaria and your cape to go get your Moon Pearl. Well done, game. Well done.
And a big key on Ether tablet to Swamp. Oh, that's good incentive for Nobly. Okay, yeah, I forgot. Plasma Kappa already got that.
Yeah, Kappa got both those keys as well. Kappa can hop into Mire now with Samaria. We're able to do this in one dip. So now at this point, things are getting a lot tighter than they were, even though Nobly has had those boots for an hour longer than Kappa.
Yeah, this race just could come down to how long it takes Plasma Kappa to go back to Pod. And And we are getting that swamp play from Nobly at the moment. Wait, no, that's Dark World. Oh no, that's Light World.
Yeah, this is Swamp Palace. Kind of nobody's gonna finish clearing this out.
So single dip for Swamp Palace for Nobly, single dip Mire for Plasma Kappa.
At this point, what do we need? We need an Eastern Palace Big Key. We need a Desert Palace Big Key. And I believe that's it at this point.
Yeah, that's it. Plasma Kappa needs to go to King's Tomb to get that fire rock. Needs to go to Pod to get the hookshot. And he'll be in pretty good shape for clearing out pretty much anything he wants to, except Desert Boss and Armos Knights, which you've done everything you can up to that point anyway. Both those dungeons are full cleared otherwise.
Yep. So, trouble spots at this point. Ice Palace, Big Chest. Both runners have the big key. Both runners have cleared out everything in Ice Palace other than that big chest. And Ice Palace is in just an absolutely terrible location. Past that, I think our runners are on pretty equal footing and haven't really isolated much that the other has left around.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference was Plasma Kappa electing not to go into Eastern as soon as he could to get those boots. And for Nobly, it's just a lot of unnecessary overworld checks that Plasma Kappa may be able to avoid some of.
Yep. That's where we are at. Right now, Kappa does need to get to 2 different locations for items that are fairly well spread out. King's Tomb, the Fire Rod, Palace of Darkness for the hookshot. Noble just has to get back into GT. Now that he's got that hookshot, it's got a fair bit of incentive to do so.
Yeah, and unlike Plasma Kappa is going to have an easier time going right side GT, so if right side GT has either an Eastern or a Desert Big Key, that's not great for Plasma Kappa.
No, it's not. And right now, Nobly doesn't have a lot to do after finishing at Swamp Palace. So I can't imagine GT is going to get put off for too long from his side.
No, I think it's an immediate trip there, to be honest with you. Because you're going to be able to go full left side, you're going to get some Mario, suddenly you're going right side, and you're like, well, do I climb at this point?
That'll be a big decision to make if we don't find both those big keys on the right-hand side. Still also a couple checks here in the back of Swamp we have not gotten to yet that may pay off for Nova.
Well, GT Climb is worth 6 checks, so density-wise, that's pretty darn good.
Kappa getting crystal number 3. That Misery Mire clear.
The seed's not being super friendly, but at the same time, it gave you the tools. I mean, Plasma Kappa abandoning Eastern early and Nobly not doing right side pod early, so both the runners have just made one critical decision, which has just kind of slowed down the progress.
The Kappa is heading directly back to pod. We'll take a look at the bow lock side. We'll get that hook shot.
And that's TR4 in the back of Swamp.
Against forward 3.
Hashtag blame Dante. What's that about? Fair enough.
He's blamed Dante for everything, honestly.
Fair enough. Nobly going for the one cycle, doesn't quite get it. That's a tough fight to do that in. It makes Trinex zero cycle look like nothing.
Yeah, the Argus one zero cycle is too big a fight for my brain. That's for sure.
Look where Plasma is.
Yeah, hook shot for Plasma Kappa.
Oh, big key 2 Eastern on Swamp Boss. So Plasma Kappa now has that open too, but that Fire Rod.
Yeah, the Fire Rod is what's gonna kind of be troublesome for Kappa. Kappa's gonna head directly here, go to finish that swamp, get that Eastern Palace big key. Let's see if Nobly heading to 5. This might be a rush to Eastern Palace now with that big key, so another thing slightly keeping Nobly off the path.
So what's working for Nobly is if right side GT has Desert Big, you're in good shape. What's working for Plasma Kappa is just the sheer amount of clears you've done, and you're gonna kind of get your checks back to back to back at this point. Fire Rod being the exception.
Yeah, if Kappa can weave that King Assume check in at some point, then it really comes down where this Desert Palace big key is at. If it's along the path, if it's on Trinex, or if it's on Armos Knights, it's pretty big for Kappa and Tau Roomies. If it's in east side of GT, then Noble Foxes have the advantage.
True. I could easily see if Desert Big is in Eastern here. Not fantastic for Nobly. I mean, it's only going to be an additional 2 checks, but still.
But yeah, this is all contingent on Kappa weaving in that tower or that Kingston check.
It is the final straw. Where is that Desert Big Key for no mode for us?
Kappa not going to even try for the zero cycle. Just going to have a nice, cozy little puff cracking.
I mean, I could easily see Plasma Kappa going right back to GT after Eastern. Because you got all the climb, and you're going to have GT4 in Logic. You know that climb could have your key plus its 6 checks. But you're still missing out on right side without that Fire Rod. I mean, you can, out of Logic, you can get it. But you're still going to need that Fire Rod for Trinex.
Alright. Kappa back up a crystal, briefly. Nobly 2 rooms away from his 4th crystal. And where is Kappa going?
Hookshot Cave.
Hookshot Cave to get 0 items. Hard to blame him with where it was at. Alright, no Desert Palace big key in Eastern. Does Nobly look to take out Trinex before... Oh, no Samaria, so GT is it.
Well, Samaria is hard required, even if you can manage to hover that TR gap. Which is extremely hard. You're still looking for that Samaria.
Yep. So, GT is probably going to be the play for Nobly. See what Kappa does.
I don't see this as being a terrible thing for Plasma Kappa, though. I mean... Oh, are we going to GT for both of them? I think we are.
Definitely from Kappa.
I think Plasma's assuming that Fire Rod's on GT climb. Hey, chat, both runners high-fiving here. Or not quite yet.
Mimic Cave from Nobly didn't have the hammer when we found this. And Kappa's gonna climb.
So if you're Nobly here, you go full left to Isomo, you get your Samaria. That's kind of the big question at this point. You've already cleared out most of Minor, so you know that's only 2 checks. Meanwhile, GT is going to have 5 more on right side, 4 more from the, or 6 more from the climb.
Yeah, I think from Nobly's seat, you're definitely going to do right side, and then make some decisions from there based on what you find.
True, if you find your Eastern Big Key right side, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
And Nobly's also going to get butter in here. Okay, another set of checks coming up from Plasma Kappa once we get the climb done. But we'll take this opportunity to thank especially our tracker, doing a fantastic job. That is Seryu X, just solo tracking a cross keys, which is no easy feat. Yep, this is partial routing for sure, because you beat GT, you get 2 more checks, you mirror to Eastern. So if you find your Desert Big here, you're just looking for your Pyre Run, which we know is not hard to get to, but isolated as far as what Plasma Kappa's been checking. Here we go, new checks. Ether, that's Meyer entrance, that's 1 more entrance. 2, I guess, that's Turtle Rock as well. So Ether on GT Climb, which could... Oh, sorry, guys.
I don't know how many item entrances we have left, how hard of a draw that's going to be. But both those entrances far away from where Kappa needs to go.
It is. Could bait him even further. But this routing, like was discussed in chat, is pretty much putting him right in front of Eastern Palace. So it's a dual check here.
Yep. Not on the climb. Could be in Uncle Drop.
Oh gosh, Nobly, you didn't get arrows. That's the trouble, I think, going from here to Eastern. Whereas Plasma Kappa routing here to Eastern means you're going to have arrows.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Make this that bad. And also sword beams are pretty well, it's a slower fight than what Kappa had. But it's not
True. True. Not to mention Plasma Kappa already technically did this fight, so arrows are pretty inconsequential anyway, I guess.
Right. And none of it will matter if this big key is on the right side of GT.
True, which you know nobody's going to go right to.
I get 2 down for Kappa.
Oh my gosh, nobody's going right for the climb.
Oh, I don't agree with this at all.
I mean, this is a good call if Eastern's locked behind Uncle, but if you're planning on climbing and mirroring, that's not good if it's locked behind Uncle.
There have been some interesting routing decisions by both our runners today, and this is another one of them.
Oh, okay. So are you doing... I'm sorry. So are you Scissor Tracker? Plasma Kappa doing Eastern before dropping down into Uncle.
But this makes sense. You have to do Eastern. It's a crystal. If your desert big key is here, then you're done. If not, then you just do your Uncle drop down. So this works out really well.
Kind of. You're still looking for your Fire Rod, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, he's Kappa's still looking for Fire Rod too, so it's better to know if you're done or if you're what you have left before having to climb the pyramid again and getting back into Eastern.
Oh, but climbing before right side GT, you've got 5 checks right for the picking. You can go straight right, get your 4 checks, mirror, do high room, do the climb afterward. Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I guess what's going on in Noli's mind is GT is not in a terrible location. And maybe feels like he's so late to Samaria that if it's on the right side, you just can't win at that point. But we know that both these runs have been very late to a lot of things, and it's still very much up in the air at this point.
Not quite getting that Fire Rod shot, or not Fire Rod, not quite getting that. Oh yeah, that was a Fire Rod shot, but not quite getting that on the 3rd land though.
Nice kill by Kappa. Gets through Eastern Palace, picks up crystal number 5. Now we're gonna drop down, see what our uncle's got for us.
Hey, there's our Burna. Both of our safeties are just hanging out in GT.
Good times. That's not the Desert Palace big key, so what we got left? We got a few checks in Turtle Rock. We've got
Right side GT.
Right side GT.
And presumably, unless... No, Tiara's got to be one of our 5/6s. I think Pyramid Fray is off the table.
Yeah, we just opened up a couple other entrances with Ether, but I have not been following big item characters. I know we've seen...
I think we've seen all of our large caves. We've seen Hype Cave, we've seen Minimal, we've seen Blindside.
Did you see where Kappa is?
Magic Bat, which you've already seen on Nobly's side.
Yes, but you know what that's next to?
It is next to King's Tomb.
So at this point, I got to give an advantage to Plasma Kappa.
Yeah, Kappa's going to be the first into Turtle Rock. We'll clear out the boss and then get teleported to the front. And we'll check out those 3 checks in the front that Samaria locked. Showing his appreciation for the Fire Rod. Don't worry, Kappa, we love it too.
So Plasma Kappa realizing that Boots locked pretty much quite a few gun mode items here. Understandably, we're going to the back of TR.
Oh yeah, it's crystal. It's gonna be easy peasy, and it locks 4 items here.
gonna finish off Trinex, and we'll find out where the front's at, and then hop back in.
As long as it isn't the 5-6 cave.
Yeah, I gotta presume you're gonna go from here to the front to check those, and then probably right to right side GT, right?
Yeah, I think those are the most dense locations Kappa has left.
And Nobly doesn't know that Pet is dead, I believe. I think Plasma Cap is the only one who checked it.
I believe that's the case as well. So the only way this works out poorly for Kappa is if the front of Turtle Rock is at the pyramid. This is not the Desert Palace Big Key, it's another bottle. It's crystal number 6. Nobly following suit. And let's see where the front of Turtle Rock takes us.
Nobly still has Meyer to clean up as well, so if Eastern, or I'm sorry, if Desert Big Key is just right here, then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that would be very hard for Nobly to come back from here. Alright, Turtle Rock Main in a place where we can get back to it quickly, so Cap can hop back in and take a look at these 3 checks up here.
Moment of Truth Part 1. Evil.
It's a mirror shield. Who doesn't love a mirror shield?
It's French vanilla and it's evil. Look how much of the Sprite it blocks.
Crystal number 5 for Nobly. It's not Turtle Rock. Do you get a couple of new entrances here? It's our last Ice Palace small key. Who likes an Ice Palace big chest? It's more likely it's on right side GT, but who doesn't like an Ice Palace big chest out in the middle of dark Ice Rock Cave? Let's see. Looks like Kappa's gonna head back to GT.
Yeah, probably a good call. If it's not there, you're probably going back to Ice.
Yeah. Trying to think of what's still on the table. I don't think either runner has a key. Nobly has a key available to kill Helmosaur. Helmosaur's worth 2 items.
Wait, we haven't even found Bomb Shop, have we?
No, we've not found the bomb shop. Probably just sitting in GT.
Either GT, TR, or Meyer. I don't think we've seen any of those 3 entrances.
No. Yeah, at this point, Kappa has the edge. Just has that Misery Mire clear over Nobly. And there's not a lot of places that Nobly can do that Kappa hasn't done already. Four fresh checks coming up here for Kappa, 1 screen away.
Here we go.
Is
There
this
it is.
2 hours, 5 minutes, 15 seconds and change. Plasma Kappa is in go mode. just a short trip over to the Desert Palace North entrance. And it's looking good for the Tau Roomies right now.
Yeah, if Nobly goes right side before the climb, you don't climb.
Yeah, if Nobly goes right side before the climb, Nobly might just be done already.
Right, a good point from our tracker. The tile roomies are not checking not prioritizing right side. I mean, it's a thing, right?
It is a thing. Hopefully we'll be able to get Cap in the booth to talk about it after we get done here. Time for Lamels.
Oh, look, there's our 6th pod. Small.
Love to see it.
Silvers, though. That leaves just a few bad locations left. Holy moly.
Yeah, we'll find out here in just a moment. Ganon right next to Desert Palace here in Kakariko. And Ganon will be nice enough to tell us where they were.
Did we ever even find Skullback? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't find Skullback. We didn't find Bomb Shot.
And Nobly may be giving us one of those answers right now. And with no bed check, that's if it's Skullback, probably just gonna do it.
Yeah. One item cave, hint of salvation, but just a piece of heart.
And please, somebody teleports.
In the tower, so in that room or in tile room.
There's a tile room, or did
Kappa did not check 2 of the chests in right side.
Ah, I got you. Okay, so 33% chance of tile room.
Phase 4 in the spin cycle. Nice sets of triples from Kappa, getting in a good rhythm here in this fight. There you go.
There you go. Chat, you know what to do. James, you go ahead and do the stuff and give them the time if you like.
Right. Crossing that bridge, getting over, get your GGs in chat. Plasma Cap in the Tau Roomies picking up the win at an official time of 2 hours, 9 minutes, 39 seconds. Thanks to racetime.gg. Tau Roomies going to move to 6-6 on the season. And move into a tie for 4th place in their division.
Taking the win today. Well done. And with that, we are joined by Plasma and Kappa in the booth here. GG's to you.
GG's.
GG's Kappa. What a interesting time, those boots. You came to pretty late. We
Yeah.
thought that was going to be the deciding factor, but it ended up being a little bit of decision making in GT in the end.
Yeah, well, there's that one chest in Eastern off to the right. If I can go in there, get 2 checks, immediately mirror, come back with stuff, you can just go all the way through. Clearly, this plan will never fail under any circumstances.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's I know there are various emotes in the community. Some with enter Eastern Palace and turn around immediately. One at Eastern Palace and going in. And I think there's one there's at Eastern Palace and then just shake left and right in confusion. I think that's where you ended up.
Yeah. Tried to be a little half and half. I still had a lot of stuff to do. Maybe if I come back within Eastern Big Key, that's good. At least. At the very least, that. Of course, I would have to have no potion ever when I'm floating around pod.
Yeah, that hookshot being on the Volok side, that was a pretty big point too. I don't know if you caught up with Nobly after the race, but he did push Eastern and got those boots, and then went into pod and didn't do Volok side the first time it was there.
Yeah.
He basically went right, death warped at the anti-fairy. Didn't bother going further right, even though he had a bow. Got the big key chest in pod, found out it was a sword, and then save scum just saved out, or reset.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll see it with limited pod keys, but the only new thing I had with pod when I came back is I was a pendant, so I'll just open all the doors ever.
So, and likewise to the to your boots, it took Nobly quite a while to get those the hammer from Turtle Rock because he didn't get the bomb jump like you did. And didn't go back there for quite a while.
Yeah, I was showing that off to a friend recently, so still fresh. I mean, it was pretty good, see that? It's like, oh yeah, grab this hammer, grab these gloves, pretty good. Just do everything and don't try a meme Eastern play, you'll be fine. Try a meme Eastern play anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and Cena had a very interesting line of things around that Moon Pearl too at the very beginning that was in on Laser Bridge, and ended up that hammer and hook shot were what you needed to look at it into logic much later down the line, but
Yeah. It's like, I was far beyond keeping track of that. So it was a Merle, which means I can take more connectors.
exactly.
Yeah, ever since I found boots, I've just been waiting for Nobly to finish. I'm like, okay, well, it's time to rush everything.
So your team moves to 6 and 6. What are your plans upcoming for next week? Do you have all your racers in mind?
Yeah, I think I'll do both of these. My schedule is a bit more free, so I think I should do that for a co-op. Well,
It's like Jamie sure does have to do one, and then
Yep.
you and RD in the last one.
Yep, good old Randomizer.
Yeah, pretty
Always
volatile mode, but got a lot to play for. You're tied for 4th in the division now. You got the tiebreaker over OK
Yep.
Game.
Yeah, it's a big relief. Past week 3, it was more fighting to get out of last. Now we can maybe come all the way back.
Hey, there's Skullwoods. Just sitting at that upgrade ferry entrance.
Anything else you wanted to add to the seed, Kappa?
Oh well, early me or cross keys. It's always great.
It does give you a lot of decisions to make and a lot of freedom in movement choices. Always good to see it.
Yeah. To smash my head around everything. Take every connector when it popped up. And play fun mode. Just trying to get to the Dark Village so I could do Kakariko with that. Especially once I found the Merle, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check all of the Hyrule's entrances.
Right, with both gloves readily available, hammer, moon pearl, suddenly the world's your oyster and you've touched like 3% of it.
Yep.
It's like we may get a. We saw you read pedestal. We may get a pull of the pedestal from Nobly.
Yeah, big shame about that hookshot when I was coming back to the mountain. I had like 95 rupees. Would save me a dip of swamp. Maybe gotten me to go back to Eastern. Like maybe there's a bow in the big chest and it's evil, but no.
Mm-hmm. There's the pull for the fans, and forfeit coming in for Nobly.
Alright, get your GGs in chat for Nobly as well. Tough fought race. Unfortunately, skipping right side GT ended up being the decider at this point.
Alright, well, thank you, Kappa, for coming in. GG's on the race.
Yep.
Good luck next week and the final week of the season.
Yes, thank you. Thank all of you for the production. It's always nice to get a restream.
Absolutely. Don't know if we're going to get Nobly in the booth or not. It's a rough one. But if you give these two runners a follow, you see the links in the chat. Plasma Kappa and Nobly the Foreign. Also, give a big shout out to our tracker today, SeruX. Clicking buttons, making sure we're keeping tabs on everything. That's it for Cross Keys Week and Invitational. There may be a race or two left in the Open League, and I don't think anything's getting restreamed. It would start tomorrow. Randomizer, co-op Randomizer. Always a fun one to watch. Always fun to watch people dash into spike rollers, big spikes, Lionels.
Those random trinexes you find.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my favorite.
Is it your favorite?
Oh yeah, everyone loves surprise Trinix.
Going to early Eastern, it's like, hey, I could beat this. No, I can't.
Also, the one mode where compasses are useful.
Oh, right. And fortunately for this, I think all the compasses are vanilla.
Somewhere in the dungeons, you can get a little bit of information out of them.
But like usually, most compasses roll in the bosses for no reason in those modes. I have such bad luck.
I think that's going to be it for us today. So yeah, once again, check out the schedules. You see the links in the chat for the Invitational League and Open League on speedgaming.org. Join the Discord. Check out the website, ALTTPRleague.com. 1 week left. We'll figure out who's going to playoffs and who is get the drop. Lana, anything else from you tonight?
Just a big thank you to you, James. Of course, our tracker, solo tracking for Krasky is not an easy thing. Saryu X, thank you very much for doing that. And a big thank you as well to our runners, both Plasma Kappa and Nobly, the foreign, doing the running today. Y'all did fantastic. But otherwise, gosh, thank you everybody for joining us. Don't forget to follow SpeedGaming through SpeedGaming 6, SpeedGaming 8 now it is, for your daily rando needs. Otherwise, yeah, stay tuned for the week next week. It's going to be fun to see who makes playoffs. But otherwise, thank you so much, James, for calming with me, and I'll leave it to you for the last word, my friend.
Thanks, and everyone, pleasure having you in chat. Pleasure having you, watching you. We'll see you next time for co-op Randomizer in the Fast Randomizer League. Have a good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. See you next time.